Hello everyone and welcome to part 8 of our Let's Play New Game Plus Plus Dark Souls adventure. Last time we did some cleanup. We got the Crest of Artorias, we killed the Moonlight Butterfly, and we also cleared out the area where we're going to be going for the DLC and killed the Hydra. Now we begin our Lord Soul collecting. So the first thing we have to do is we have to actually place the Lord Vessel, which will disable the Golden Fog Gates in 4 distinct areas. Now, you may have run into these if you were exploring some of these areas a little bit more than what we've been going through on the playthrough. You may have come across some of these Golden Fog Gates. Those are areas that will lead to these Lord Souls that we need to complete the game. They are gold until you place the Lord Vessel down, I guess, in the abyss, you could say, or wherever it is, and we're going to do that in a second. Once you do that, the fog gates become normal fog gates and you can progress. So, that is what we're going to do right now. So let us continue with the playthrough. The way to do that, there's a couple ways you can actually place the Lord Vessel. We're going to place it down past Frampt. This is Frampt. We're not really going through lore and story in this playthrough, so we're just going to jump it and kind of hit him on the way down. Don't worry, you're safe. So we're going to go down here and we're going to place the Lord Vessel. Right here. So we're at Firelink Altar. And now here's the question. Where were you carrying that the entire time? Remember, we got that in Honor Rolando after we defeated Ornstein and Smog. Where were you carrying a bowl of that size? Seems counterintuitive, but who am I to judge? So this will basically unlock those fog gates, and we'll see that in a second. Now, at this point, you can pretty much go in whatever order you want to go in. So that fog gate leads to Gravelord Nito. That fog gate leads to the Duke's Archives. This fog gate leads into the Bed of Chaos and Lost Izalith, which is a fiery area. And actually, the 4th area, which is the Four Kings, doesn't have a gold fog gate to begin with, because you could actually go down there early and kind of start things up. And there's actually another serpent down there that you can continue, and that's how you get into the covenant that I'm in right now, which is the Dark Wraith Covenant. So you could do that if you were so inclined. We're going to go... Which one should we do first? I think we're going to go to Gravelord Nito first. That's not my favorite... I'll be honest with you. Gravelord Nito area is not my favorite area. And you'll see why once we get down there. You will see very quickly. So, down here, this is where I was talking about divine weapons. So we do actually have a divine weapon, I believe. We have a divine Aito. Aito? I'm not even sure how you pronounce that. But we do. And you can see the damage is not going to be all that great. But it should be enough to get us where we need to be. So now we're going to go to an area that we haven't gone previously. You've seen a little bit of this area as we were going around and falling, and right now we're slow rolling. So Frampt is not happy with us. But right now we're slow rolling, which is not good. We have just a little bit too much equipment on. So let's see if we can lighten our load a little bit. I think at this point we're going to put the Black Iron Great Shield away. We're gonna put the Black Shield away, Black Iron Great Shield away, and we're going to go without. We're gonna take out our... If we need to do anything, we can use the Dark Hand. But we're going to try to get through this area. So this area, you may have seen, we had some skellies spawning with us before when we were falling, when we were going back to the Undead Asylum. There's actually a zone, a new area back here. There's also some good weapons. And weapons that would be very useful for somebody first playing through the game. Be wary of all the skellies that will spawn on you. So the winged spear is right there. I've never really used a spear, so I can't I can't talk to its efficacy, but it is there, and I know some people really do enjoy spears, or spear weapons. So we'll take those guys out. There's another weapon up here that we're going to get. You can see we're going to have to fight quite a few things. And this weapon is the Zweihander, which is a very, very, very good sword, especially upgraded. And down here, apparently is something we have 99 of already, so we can't pick it up. So we need to continue downward. Down in this general direction. Now we're going to try to kill the necromancers on our way. So we're not going to necessarily use our divine weapon until we get down to the Nito fight. That's our goal right now. But you're now seeing an area of the game which I do not particularly enjoy. This whole area between here and the Tomb of the Lost Giants. And you can see that skelly came back. These skellies will come back. They will keep reviving themselves because of the necromancer that's close by. Which is unfortunate. So you're going to want to get to the necromancer as quickly as possible. Because once we kill him, then we can kill the skellies, and then everything will be fine. But you can see there's going to be a lot of skellies. This is not safe. Right, so there's the necromancer. We're going to kill him. We're going to pull this. Pull the lever. Or push the lever. I guess is a more accurate way of saying it. Now, we have a bonfire down here. We will rest at the bonfire. Because just in case, we want to have that loaded up. Now we can kill these skellies without issue. Because the necromancer's dead. And he will not bring them back to life. Now, there are some shortcuts in this zone that we could utilize. We're not going to do that. I'm going to actually show this zone the way it's meant to be played. Which is unfortunate for me. Because like I said, I really don't like this zone. There's a necromancer over here we're going to try to kill. Oh, we missed. I mean, basically, without killing the necromancer, you're not going to be able to kill these skellies anyway. So, I mean, they'll only be dead for a little bit if you don't kill the necromancer first. So that's why I kind of prioritize going to the necromancer above the skellies. Even though it creates situations where you kind of get mobbed. As you can see, we got pretty lucky there to survive it the way we did. This is not a trivial kind of encounter. So you're going to see a lot more skellies. We're going to keep moving through. And basically the goal is just clear. Clear as you go. To the extent that you can. Now, of course, you can be using a shield. Shield will help if you so choose to. We're going to try to go through two-handed. And he's a archer. We're going to take him out anyway. Another guy spawns right there. We'll pick up the loose shiny. And now, you can see a necromancer across the bridge there. We can't get across there because there's spikes blocking our path. So, we have to run over here. And this is going to be... You have to watch out. There's traps out of each of those statues. And each of those skulls, as you can see, explode. But we have to go over here. This is not safe. And we have to push this in. That's going to lower the spikes. And then we have to go kill the necromancer. But as you can see... We've created quite a situation for ourselves with these skeletons. Not the best possible situation for ourselves. We're going to try to charge the Necromancer, who's already, looks like he's already moved. It would help if I remembered where he was. I don't. So, let's see if we can knock this guy out, at least. Alright, let's see if we can continue downward. I believe he's going to be in an alcove down here somewhere. Now, as we're walking, we're activating a bunch of skellies. I think he's going to be down here. No, he's not down here. We're creating a very negative situation for ourselves. This is going to be very bad, guys. There he is. Oh, if we survive this, it would be amazing. All right, we're going to try to survive. No promises. We're swinging for the fences effectively right now. And somehow we made it. I'm going to push this. That was not a very clean way to do this. All right, so now we're going to try to land over there on that ledge. I think we want to land on that ledge. Or is it that ledge? I think we're going to land on that ledge over there, where the soul is, or where the shiny is. Oh, we didn't do that either. Well, that's not how you do it. Gravity claims another death. All right, we're going to try to charge through here, though. Now we can run a little bit, because the Necromancers are dead, and the Necromancers are dead, and the switches have been pressed. So now we can kill the Skellies as we go, because the Necromancers don't respawn. Which makes it a little bit easier. Not quite as bad. We still have to fight through the area. So it doesn't make it trivial. Just makes it a little bit easier. You can see the Skellies can still hurt. And the Skellies will always be up. Like, no matter how many times you kill them, they will come back. I don't think we can hit him here. We're going to have to go around, like we were doing before. Now, this area, this whole zone is pretty large, actually. There's a lot to explore. You can explore a lot in this zone. We're not going to, because, like I said, I really don't like this zone. This is one of my least favorite zones in the game. I don't have a particularly good reason. Well, I do have a good reason for the Tomb of the Giants. It is completely pitch black in there, and you'll see that in a second. Or not, maybe not a second, but you will see it. And we're going to get past these guys, and now we're just going to take the path down a little slower. And we'll probably kill the skeletons as we go. Just to make it a little bit easier on ourselves, so we don't have a mob down below. Oh, and we get... I forgot about the trap on that statue. We'll kill that. We'll kill them. I'm going to try to kill this guy. And there's where we dropped. Now, I thought maybe I have to do a running jump? I think... I don't think that's a ledge over there to land on. I don't think. Maybe it is? Oh, there's a ledge. Okay, there was a ledge. It's okay. We survived. We got a green Titanite shard for our troubles. And now I think we can drop. Yeah, we dropped. Okay, so we dropped. And now we got down to the bottom. And over here, you're going to see a big guy. He's a blacksmith. And this blacksmith can actually upgrade your weapons with fire. And fire can be incredibly useful. Looks a little bit like Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean with more bones, less tentacles. So that's, at least that's my opinion. So we can actually use him to upgrade our weapons with fire if you so desire to do that. So, but we're not going to. Now this area in here kind of sucks for if you're going through it for the first time. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to unequip that. I'm going to re-equip my Black Iron Great Shield. And we should still have mid-roll right now, which we do. This area, there's going to be something called a Bone Wheel Skeleton. They are incredibly nasty to fight. They will roll at you incessantly. And they'll just continue to they'll just destroy you if you let them. That's why you want to have a good shield and try not to get hit too much with them because they'll drain your stamina very quickly as they spin. There are a lot of them in here. You can probably see there's multiples. There's multiple over there, one over here. We're going to try to lure them out so that we can take them one at a time. They're not that hard to kill once you kind of get them stopped. But they can be very deadly, which is the issue. As you can see, kind of have to do it. We have to be real careful. And they just are, and you can see there's a ton of them. Imagine getting hit by all these guys at the same time, which is what could happen if you ran in here without being a little bit careful. That would be very, very, very bad. So, up here is going to be a boss named, I think it's Pinwheel. And Pinwheel drops the Rite of Kindling. So, what that effectively means is that you can now, once we get that, you can kindle your bonfires beyond 10 Estus up to 20. Up to a max of 20. Which is why you've seen some of the bonfires that we've gone to, why I've mentioned that they have higher Estus counts, because we've kindled them in prior playthroughs. If you kindle a bonfire in a prior playthrough, it will stay to the next playthrough. But if you don't kindle it up to the max, up to 20, the next time you play through it, you have to get the Rite of Kindling again before you can kindle bonfires beyond 10 Estus. So some people go in here very early to fight this guy and get the Rite of Kindling, because once you have it, then you can utilize it. Other people just kind of wait and do it whenever they do it, which is kind of what I did. Now this guy is going to be very easy, as far as like you can do a ton of damage to him very quickly, and it shouldn't take too long to beat him. I wouldn't say a trivial encounter, because he can do some damage, but as you can see, he was really not that bad. So there's the Rite of Kindling that we were talking about. That opens up this area over here, and now we go into what is possibly the worst zone in the game, which is the Tomb of the Giants. It is incredibly dark. So we're actually going to equip an item that will let us see somewhat in the dark. We're going to equip a skull lantern. So we're going to put our shield away. When we hold the skull lantern up, it lights our path. Without it, very dark. So no, this is a very difficult zone to go through the first time. You can see the eyes. Look right over there. Do you see right there? See those little 2 white dots? Right in the distance? That's a large skeleton. We have to be very careful. These guys can pack a wallop. As you can see, now we're gonna have to move through here. There is a bonfire down here that we want to get to. It's incredibly important to get to the bonfire, so that we don't have to continue going down this path. You can hear there was a bow guy that just wound up his arrows. Oh, we have 2 of them. This is not good. We're dead. That's unfortunate. That now we have to literally run through the entire way. But this gives us an opportunity to look at a shortcut. So this will be useful. This will be very useful if we survive. If we survive the drop. Because I have a lot of equipment on, and that may, I'm not positive, it may affect my ability to fall without taking significant damage. We're going to find out. So, in the event you die, before you get to the bonfire down below, which, that was a hell of a parry on his part. That was a nice parry. You gotta give credit where credit's due, and that was a good parry. So now, we're gonna take a look. And you're going to see, down here, down there, you see that little ledge right there? There's a ledge. And then even further down, you can see there's another ledge. This is what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to land on that ledge. We're going to try to land even further down. So we land on this ledge. Take respite in here a second. Because those skulls, those floating skulls will try to kill you. Will try to explode. As they do right there. And you want to avoid that. And avoid that. Now, if we look down further, you'll see a little ledge there. We're going to drop down to that. Take a bunch of damage. Now, this area should begin to look familiar in a second. This is actually the Bone Wheel Skeleton area. You can see them right down there. Alternate way to get down. Now, we have to be very fast. And run. You can kill them again if you want, but we are now surrounded by Bone Wheels. They are coming after us incredibly fast. The goal is avoidance. Just avoid and try to drop down and hope they don't follow you. Okay. We made it. Wasn't the safest or cleanest way to do it, but we made it. This is one of those zones. This is one of those zones where I just really, really, really don't like it. It can be incredibly frustrating, especially if you're going through it for the first time. Now I'm going to take out my big shield. Because I know that there's a skeleton here. I can see him. See? So why mess around with a small shield when I know they know he's here? So now we have to continue down again. And we're going to try to get our souls back. If we can. Our souls are right there. And now we're going to try to do something a little crazy and just move. Now you should be able to hear a bonfire. It is literally right down here. So we made it. We made it to the bonfire. Which is great. Very welcome. A very welcome sight is this bonfire. And actually we're going to level up since we're here. Let's continue to put some int in there. Alright, now. Now, you will meet a character that is a total ass. This guy. You can talk to him if you want. You can even approach that area. Approach that blue light over there. He will knock you down. And then he'll beg forgiveness afterwards when you fight your way back up. We're just going to avoid him entirely. This next part is the worst part of the zone, in my opinion. There's going to be bone dog creatures. and they're awful. This is really a nasty spot. Because you're not going to be able to see anything. Or you're barely going to be able to see anything, and you're going to be attacked by these bone dog things. It is real, and there's going to be archers and everything. So, this area is not fun. And I'm trying to remember, there is a oh, well. There was the other bonfire. You saw it as we fell. We were able to see the bonfire as we fell. That's where we want to get to. We want to get to that bonfire. Without too many deaths. It's going to be a little difficult. But as you can see, this is not a fun, at least in my opinion, is not a fun area. Now we have to fight through this dog again. So, hopefully, we should be able to get our souls. I think. We can, and we're going to go this way now. We're going to try to avoid stuff. To the extent we can. Oh, jeez. I don't think we're avoiding much, are we? Let's see if we can... Alright, we've taken our light down. We're going to try to fight up here. Oh, I didn't want to put fire on our weapon, but we'll do it. Alright, now, let's have this knight come back over here, and we'll try to... Okay. We're still dealing with the bow. Oh, and we've taken our sword off, too. I didn't even notice that. This is a great zone. Alright, good. We took him out. Took out that Black Knight. We're going to try to continue downward if we can. I know there's another... See, there's the bonfire right down there. That's where we have to get to. We'll do our absolute best to get there. We're going to try to take out this archer. Okay, we were able to do that. And we have to find our way to the bonfire. Which I believe is down here, but we have another dog. Basically, the goal here is to take it relatively slow. And exploit the fact that you have the right of kindling. I believe the bonfire may be over here. No, it's not. There's something else. Well, there is an item over here, but bonfire it is not. The effigy shield. I'm not sure that I've ever gotten the effigy shield. I don't know what that is. It's a frightful occult shield. Defends against divine weapons and lightning. Interesting. I don't believe I've ever gotten that on any of my playthroughs. There's the there's the bonfire down there. We have to continue to go down a little bit. It's going to be off to the left over here. And down, I believe. Well, not there. I hear things breathing. That's great. It's exactly what you want in this situation. See if we can find it. I'm trying to remember how to get down there. It must be down here somewhere. It feels like it's down there. I'm going to try to attack. That didn't work. Wow. That didn't work at all, did it? I mean, it was sort of working, and then it didn't. That was incredibly unfortunate. We have to go back. Incredibly unfortunate. Now we have to fight our way back over. I'm gonna see if I can run it. I don't recommend this, by the way. I do not recommend running. Don't do what I do. Please. It will only lead to bad things. I am positive of this. And what the hell? Well, we almost got fortunate, but we didn't. I'm going to try to run it again. Because I really dislike fighting these things. I dislike fighting them with a passion. I just want to get through... I really just want to get through the zone. To be perfectly frank. I don't want to spend any additional time down here than what I need to. I'm going to run across. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to drop. As though we planned to. And I believe the other bonfire is over here. I think we found it. Yeah, we found it. So we found the bonfire. Now, this next section, we're going to basically run it. So pay attention. I'm going to keep my lantern out to the extent I can so you can see where I'm going. And hopefully to see where I'm going, because sometimes I mess this up too. So we want to follow this path. And then I believe we want to drop down here. And then we go to this ladder. We're going to go down here. Perfect. Okay, we did that well. Now down here, if you're human and you go down here, you'll be invaded by an NPC that basically a paladin that has a huge weapon. You can get it if you want. We're not going to worry about it. We're also not really going to worry about this crystal scarab unless we can hit it. No, we can't. So now, we're basically on our way to Nito. We want to try to avoid these things. We probably want to put our divine weapon back on now at this point. And now we fat roll, which is not good. So we're going to retake off our black iron shield to keep our rolling speed up. But we're going to use the divine weapon when we go fight the skeletons that come at us right in the Nito fight, right at the beginning. But before we get there, we have to go past this room. This room can be tricky. There's a ton of pinwheels. And they also spawn, there's little baby skeletons that spawn. Literally baby skeletons that spawn down on the floor here. We want to just avoid this room entirely. Just avoid it. Take out your divine weapon before you go down. Two-hand it for extra damage, and be ready. Be ready for this fight. Now, do not go in the back. Don't go in the back. Nito also spawns a bunch of big skeletons. You can avoid them if you stay in the front of this area. So stay in the front, let the skeletons come to you, let Nito come to you, and then make him pay. That's basically what we want to do. That's the strategy. That's the strat for this fight. Stay in the front, wait for the skeletons, kill the skeletons with the divine weapon, and then take out Nito while he comes up here. Do not chase after him. Do not go after him. Now, the other thing you want to watch out for, if you hear a scream, dodge. That means he's about to use an attack that's going to basically destroy you. So there's Nito. There's a scream. You want to avoid that. There's a scream again. There's a scream again. And we missed it. We missed it. And he's doing it again. Try to dodge. Just not enough time. We have to heal up a little bit. I think Nito's like right behind us, guys. Nito's probably right behind us. You can see we don't do a whole lot of damage with divine weapons. But now that skeleton is dead. Oh, we got hit by Nito. He also hit a skeleton. Let's heal up a lot. Unfortunately, when he kills the skellies, which is what he did... Oh, and he grabbed us. Oh, wait, we have to mash the shoulder buttons, and hopefully you get out without damage at all. Now, there's still going to be one skeleton alive at the moment. Because of the way this played out. I still want to kill that skeleton before we fight Nito. Alright, we got him. Now we can switch weapons. Heal up. Switch weapons. Two-hand. He's going to explode in a second. Avoid that if you can. I'm running into a pillar. I probably won't avoid it. Okay. I got to take my real weapon out again. Two-hand it. You don't have to two-hand your weapon, but I like to two-hand it. Because it does more damage. He's exploding again. And I couldn't avoid it. That was unfortunate. So if you stay relatively close to him, it makes it harder for him to hit you. So Nito himself is not that bad. Okay, he's exploding again. Let's move. Oh, we don't want to go too far. There's a giant skeleton. We don't want to have the giant skeleton on us. Alright, basically, I'm just going to try to defeat him now. I'm going to try to defeat him. Okay. Very good. And that kills all the skeletons that were around him as well. The fight itself can be tricky. We're going to put our shields back on. The shields that we like... Oop, that's not the one we like. The shields we actually like using, we're going to put back on. Because now we're done with this area. We are done with the catacombs. I am not going back. I'm not going to do anything else in here. I don't wish to. And we still have mid-roll, which is great. We're going to go to the bonfire over here, and we're going to go back to Firelink. Let's level up. We're going to keep going with Int for now. And we're going to warp back to Firelink. So we got one of our lured souls. We're getting there. We are on the path. We're on the path to collecting our lured souls. And we're going to rest up at Firelink. And that is where we're going to call this part of the playthrough, of the Let's Play. So once again, I hope you guys are enjoying our Let's Play of Dark Souls New Game Plus Plus. The next episode should be up in a couple days. Until then, everybody take care, and we will continue our Lured Soul collection real soon. Goodbye, everybody.